In this video, we will show you how to replace your outside door mirror on this Dodge Ram. This will be mounted directly to your door. Let's get into it. Let's get started removing the inside door panel. To do that, we'll make our way right up inside here. You'll find that you have two Phillips head screws. Remove the pair. Take hold of that grab handle, give it a little wiggle, and we're going to lift it up and out of here. There should be a couple little tabs coming across the front that hold it in place. Now we can move down to our inside door handle. For this, you'll find that you have a 10mm headed bolt. In some cases, it might even be a Phillips head. Once you have that nice and loose, you can remove the bolt with the handle at the same time. Now we can make our way to that window crank handle. To remove the crank handle from this area, you'll find that in between this plastic washer area and the crank handle, there's a small metal clip. We'll be using an angled pick to remove that clip. Just make our way in here. Pop this out of place. There's our clip. Now we can remove the crank handle. At this point, we'll just have a look at the back side here. We can remove these two pieces. With that out of the way, we'll continue on to our one Phillips head screw up in this corner. At this point, we'll continue on with a trim tool. We're going to start getting in between the door panel and the door itself and gently separate it. There we are. Now up near the mirror switch, we have to make sure that we disconnect that wiring harness. We'll grab onto this electrical connector. Right where my index finger is, there's a small squeeze tab. Go ahead and squeeze that in and disconnect that. We'll give it a quick inspection and we can set this aside. With the door panel out of the way, we have a clear view of our mirror wiring harness. We'll squeeze on this little piece here, disconnect the electrical connectors, and take a peek for funny colors. This looks fine. We'll set it aside. Move along up here. Remove your insulator. Set that aside. Now let's have a look in this area. That's where you'll find your three pieces of mounting hardware. In this case, we'll be using a 10mm to release each one of these. For the last one, you want to make sure you're holding onto that mirror so it does not fall and potentially hurt you. Let's give the mirror a little wiggle and start pulling it through. Keep in mind you do have this wiring harness and it needs to be pressed through the door as well. There it is, friends. Let's clean the door where the brand new mirror will sit. All right, let's get ready to install our mirror. We'll take this and put the wiring through the center hole. Once we have that through there, we'll be continuing on with that rubber grommet. Just want to go ahead and try to give that a little tug to get it into the proper position, and now we'll just draw the rest of the wiring through. As we do so, let's also align each of our three mounting studs with the corresponding holes in the door. Make sure we grab the rest of that wiring. Now we can get ready to install our bracket. We'll take this and put the wiring through the center hole. Bring this up into the proper position here. Now we can start on each of our three mounting nuts. Snug them up and torque them to 60 inch-pounds. Connecting that wiring harness. At this point, you just want to make sure you wire tie up the rest of the slack here. Now we can get ready to install that door panel. Let's press this into position. Listen for a click from that. Now we can bring this up nice and high. We'll be paying attention to our door lock knob. You want to make sure you slide it through the door panel. Now, as we continue down at an angle, we'll be paying attention to where the window crank handle will go. Make sure that's aligned properly, and you can start pressing this into the proper position. With that in place, let's put in our upper mounting screw. Let's install that grab handle. We have our 2 Phillips head screws. All right, let's get ready for the installation of our door handle. You'll find that we have a Phillips head bolt on this. We'll take this, get it aligned in the proper position, and tighten it up. Right there's where it's bottomed out. Just make sure it's nice and snug. The next thing you want to do is just make sure you test its functionality. Let's install that window crank handle. For this, you want to make sure that you have the plastic buffer facing in the proper direction, so the concave area is facing towards the crank handle. Now we can take this, we'll slide it on here, and then press this into position. Okay friends, we fully installed our outside mirror. At this point, you just want to make sure you test its functionality. You can tell it does this, and you also want to make sure you use the switch while the key is in the on position. Aside from that, thanks for watching.